Round two, the semifinals of the 2024 Hallmark Movie Drafts Tournament of Champions. I'm Lynn Austin, and I'm here with my co-host, Erin Beth Cermak.
I just have to say that when that music starts and it's the championship music, I just get so excited. It's like, it's the Oscars. But I really love this time of the year.
It is kind of like the Oscars, and that is special music that only gets played during the in the championship episodes. I know it's a bit much, but who doesn't love a good fanfare to feel important, right?
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I kind of think that it's better than the Oscars because we have crystal HMD championship trophies. It's way better than that little gold statue. I'm not
I
jealous
bet
or
that gold
anything.
statue is plastic. No one ever tells us, but I bet Oscar is just plastic. Oscar's going to come after us now.
Exactly. That's why we won't say the Academy Awards. We'll just keep
That's
using
right.
Oscar's name. We were
Oscar.
talking about Oscar Mayer, Oscar
That's
Mayer
right.
Wiener's or something. Uncle Oscar, Oscar the Grouch. Anyway, let's do a quick recap of round one before we get on to what just happened in the semis.
Okay, well, we had each of the 16 players who won their 2024 drafts submit a ranked top 15 list of the Hallmark movies that had been ranked number one in the 2024 Hallmark Movie Drafts.
Yeah, exactly. And so then we compared their rankings to the ultimate ranked list that was created by all of the other players who drafted last year but didn't win. They were asked to do the same thing, re-rank those number one movies. That's what created that ultimate list that the 16 tournament players lists were scored against.
The eight highest scorers got to move on to the semis,
There were some definite upsets in the round one
for sure.
results. I mean, yeah. So, for example, last year's champion, Danielle Thompson, didn't score high enough to make it to the semis, and neither did second and third place winners from last year, Mary and Meredith.
And I am not saying anything about any of the other drafters, but it was a big surprise because the three of those have drafted quite often. They know how to play the game, and it was a little shocking. But the list of 15 number one movies was a crazy hodgepodge, and they were so different. What was interesting to me was that there were some first-time drafters that made it to the semis. So I'm really curious to find out which three of the eight semifinalists are going to be in the championship round. So come on, what were the results?
So, no, not going to tell you.
Ah,
You're going to have to listen like everybody else. But before we get to that, let's set the table for round two, the semis, and what you're going to hear in a moment. So, Erin Beth, this is what happened. I did 8 one-on-one recording sessions with each of the 8 semifinalists. Can you name them all?
yes, they were Kate, Erin, Bran, Cece, Kristin, Tracy, Jenna, and Danielle, but we all call her Happy.
Yeah, yeah, happy. And the name suits her because I have never laughed so hard um in those recordings as I did with Happy. It was I had to edit out a ton of laughter, but we had a blast. Anyway, they had to answer various Hallmark movie or Hall Star related questions in order to earn points. And each recording, unedited, took about 15 to 20 minutes or so.
This was a similar format as the format you did last year, right? But the questions were different. You had three categories of questions and then some tiebreaker questions. So nobody could study off of last year's episode, right? You did everything differently.
Exactly. So the first part was Beat the Clock, where they had to name as many of Bethany Joy Lenz's male all-star leads as possible in 1 minute. She's made 9 movies, each with a different uh, male lead in the A storyline. And then they had to do another Beat the Clock round for 1 minute, where they had to try to name as many of Andrew Walker's lead actresses in the A storyline. And Andrew's made like more than 30 movies that have aired already on Hallmark. And I counted 23 different leading ladies on his IMDb for Hallmark movies, but those are the only two timed rounds, and that was part one.
I really love the second part. You created something called Never Been Christ. Love it. Play on one of Tyler's movies where they had to tell you whether the Hallmark movie character you were describing was played by Chris Russell, Chris Palaha, or Chris McNally. or none of them at all. I thought that was really clever. And part three was Would I Lie to You, where they had to say whether what you were saying about a Hall star or a Hallmark movie was true or false. That's a lot of pressure because these movies and the Hall stars, they start to run together after a while.
Absolutely do. And these were some tough questions. I mean, I made sure that some of them were really tricky, that it could have gone either way between those Chris's
This is
that you just mentioned. So there were some trick questions in there. Oh, and then finally there were three tiebreaker questions. Oh my gosh, not tie bakers. But we don't tie bakers. Oh,
did did you did you have them bake you cookies and whoever did it best was the one that got to be in? They were tie bakers.
bakers. All right. Let's try this one more time. There were three tiebreaker questions, and the points scored there would only be used if we had to break a tie score in order to identify who the three finalists were going to be going into the championship round. So, listeners, what you're going to hear are the 8 sessions with the 8 semifinalists that Erin Beth mentioned. This year, unlike last year's show, I've edited out the dead air where players were thinking long and hard of an answer, but didn't say anything. I also edited out a lot of the preemptive spiel that I was giving to each of them at the beginning of each of the sections, because I didn't want you to have to listen to me say the same thing over and over again. All of the players were given the same information in the same way for the same length of time as everyone else for consistency. They were also all given what the correct answers were after each section. But you're only going to hear my full explanation of questions and the full explanation of the correct answers to each question in the very first recording. And after that, it's all edited out and hopefully makes for a really good listening experience for you. Because you don't want to hear me say the names of Andrew Walker's 23 leading ladies 8 times.
You never know. I may want to memorize them for next year. Oh wait, no, it'll be different next year. What you're saying is that a 1 minute beat the clock round may not last 1 minute because you're going to edit out all the hums and ha's and them not saying anything because they're thinking. That just means we get to the results faster. Sounds good to me.
Without any further delay, here come the 8 finalists trying their hardest to answer these questions. Meet us back here after you've listened to the final player trying to make their way through this semifinal quiz, and Erin, Beth, and I will tell you who the 3 finalists are and what to expect for the championship final round.
I cannot wait.
Hey, Kate, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Are you ready to do this?
I think so.
Congratulations on making it to the semis. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was. It's totally random. I mean, you can make a list and come really close and still not win. The fact that I got four in the right spot is like total random. So,
It's total rant, especially based
yeah.
on the list too
Yeah.
of movies. That was crazy. All right, you know the drill. Everybody got a sheet explaining what was going to happen. We've got basically 3 parts in a bonus section. The first part is beat the clock. It's a timed round. I've got the timer up here on my screen. Okay. No cheat sheets, no dual monitors, no nothing. You're doing it cold. I see your hands. Yep. Good one. Show of hands. Great. All right. So this is Beat the Clock with Bethany Joy Lenz, BJL. So
Yeah.
she's starred in 9 Hallmark movies as of today. Name as many of the actors who have co-starred with her as her love interest in the A storyline, no Baxters. Name as many of those 9 actors as you can. You must say their first and last name. You get 1 point for each correct name before the 1 minute timer rings. I'll tell you when you have 10 seconds left remaining. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Your time starts when I say go. Go.
Right. Andrew Walker, Christopher Palaha, Tyler Hines, Will Kemp. And now I have to start thinking of the people that are in Savory in Paris that I don't know any of their names. And um, hmm, gosh, I don't, and the Christmas Secret, I don't remember who the guy in that one was. I don't know if that's as far as I'm going to get. Those four there. Let's keep thinking. Hang on, sorry.
10 seconds.
Okay. What movies am I missing?
Time. You did well. You got four. There's Brett Dalton, Luke
Right.
McFarlane, Stanley Weber was in Neighboring Paris,
Okay.
John Reardon, and Victor Webster,
Oh,
Somerville.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Somerville.
love
Okay,
that
not
one
bad.
too.
Not
Yeah.
bad. All right, let's
Well,
let's see what happens here. So, second round of Beat the Clock. This time it's with Andrew Walker.
okay.
Very first episode of Hallmark Movie Drafts, as you know, was the Andrew Walker edition back in September 2022, and more than 30 of his Hallmark movies have premiered at this time of the recording. Name as many of the 23 actresses who have co-starred with him in these movies, again, as his love interest, a storyline, no backstorettes. You've got to say their first and last name. You get 1 point for each correct name before the timer rings. Any questions?
No.
Okay. You have 1 minute. I'll tell you when you have 10 seconds left. Okay. Your time starts when I say go. Go.
All right. So Nikki DeLoach, Lacey Chabert, Bethany Joy Lenz, Taylor Cole. Um, hmm, this is so ridiculous. He's with like everybody. Oh, Ashley Williams this year. Um, Brittany Bristow. I don't know the girl from Three Wiser Men that he is paired with. Let's see. Oh, Peyton List, I think was her name. That one was like a weird one. Um,
10 seconds.
okay. I know I'm forgetting like major ones. Oh, Ariel Prebble. She's in a couple with him.
Time.
Okay.
When you said he's in a movie with practically everyone, you're not wrong.
I
He's
know.
in a movie with practically everyone.
But then like people are coming to my head that he's not with, like Candace Cameron, he never did one with,
I know. You've got Amy Teagarden, Alicia Witt, Ashley
Right.
Green, Autumn Reeser, Danica McKellar, Erica Durance, Jodie Sweetin, Julie Berman, Margaret Clooney, Megan Ory, Merritt Patterson, Nicole Major, Rachel Scarston, Sarah Jane Morris, Shanae Grimes Beach. But you did pretty well. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, good job. All right, we're going to move on to part two. This is not a timed round, but you'll answer fairly quickly. It's super straightforward. I'm calling this Never Been Christ. So
Okay.
based on this very brief character description, who starred in this Hallmark movie role? It's Chris Palaha, Chris Russell, Chris McNally, or none of them. You get 1 point for every correct answer. So you're giving me the actor's name or none of them. Okay,
Okay.
there's 5 questions. Here we go. He's a fireman who meets a woman and falls in love.
I think it's Chris Russell.
Okay, next question. He wants to be a tour guide at the resort that he owns.
Chris Russell again.
He's a Michigan detective.
Pulaha. Oh no, that might be McNally from the tip line, but I don't remember where the Mystery 101 takes place. Yeah, I'll go with McNally.
Question four, he's a dad who needs help finding the perfect presents for his daughter.
That's Chris Russell.
And last question, he returns to his hometown, participates in the Victorian Festival, and falls in love.
That's Chris Pulaha.
Okay, great. So let's see. The first one, he's a fireman who meets a woman and falls in love. That's no one. No one's played.
Okay.
None of those guys have been a fireman.
I was thinking, I got confused in that Santa Tell Me the other guy played a fireman, not Chris Russell, right? Yeah.
Exactly. In question two, he wants to be a tour guide at the resort that he owns. That was actually, you said Chris Russell, that was actually Chris McNally, and that's Snow-Kissed,
Oh, right. Okay.
2021. Good call on changing your answer for the Michigan detective. That was McNally, not Palaha. Palaha is in Washington State.
Okay.
And then you got questions 4 and 5 correct with your answers of Chris Russell and Chris Palaha. So Chris Russell perfect presents for his daughter was The Secret Gift of Christmas from 2023, and Dickens of a Holiday, of course, was the Palaha one. So you got 3 points there. Now we're at part three.
Okay.
I call this Would I Lie to You? It's true or false questions. I'm going to make some bold statements here, and you're going to tell me if what I'm saying is true or false.
Okay.
Okay. Dylan Neal is older than Cameron Matheson.
Hmm. Let's see. Dylan Neal was on Dawson's Creek back in the 90s. Cameron Matheson started getting famous in the 2000s for soap opera, I think. So I'm going to say that's true.
You're going to say that it's true that Dylan Neal is older than Cameron Matheson.
Yes.
Okay. It's false.
Oh,
Dylan Neal is younger. His birth date is October 8th, 1969, and Cameron Matheson's birth date is August 25th, 1969. So he's about 2 months older than Dylan.
oh
They're
wow.
very
Okay.
close in age. All right. True or false? Nikki DeLoach
Mhm.
is older than Andrew Walker.
True.
True?
Yeah.
No, it's false.
Oh
Andrew
my.
Walker Andrew Walker, believe it or not, Andrew Walker is exactly 3 months older. His birth date is June 9th, 1979, and her birth date is September 9th, 1979.
Oh
So
wow.
she's exactly 3 months younger than Andrew. All right, last one, true or false? Speaking of Nikki and Andrew, there are 6 Curious Caterer mystery movies that have premiered on Hallmark Channel or Hallmark Plus as of today. 6. Curious Caterer.
I think it's 5, so I'm gonna say that's false.
And you are correct. It is
Oh,
5.
good.
All right, these are the tiebreaker questions. So they're only going to count if you've got to break a tie to get to the final three folks to face off in the championship. It's a hodgepodge of questions with 4 multiple choice answers. There's only one correct answer. Okay,
Okay.
so here we go. Question 1. Which one of these occupations is not, oh, you're going to hate this because I know you don't like mystery
Mystery.
movies.
I
You can
don't
do
like
this
them, but
though.
I have seen almost all of them, which is ridiculous.
Exactly. You can do this. Here we go. Which one of these occupations is not the primary job of a Hallmark mystery sleuth? So, for example, Aurora Teagarden's real job, even though she hardly does it, she's a librarian,
Got
right?
it.
So, a hairdresser. B, advice columnist. C, a secret agent. Or D, an anthropology professor.
Okay. I know the anthropology one is one for sure. Um, Hairdresser, I think was one. What were the other two?
Advice columnist, secret agent.
Secret agent. I think it's secret agent.
Let's go on to question 2. How many movies have Lacey Chabert and Brennan Elliott starred in together as of today that have aired? If it was part of a series, then each movie in the series counts as one. Cameos don't count. So, for example, if they made 20 movies in this series,
Mhm.
that would be 20 just right on its own, and you would keep counting. Okay. So, A, 8, B, 9, C, 10, or D, 11.
Right. So I know that there's 5 crosswords and 3 all in my heart. So that's 8. And then they did that one last year is 9, like his and hers. There's got to be something I'm not remembering. So I'm going to say was 11 was an option, right?
Yep. 8, 9, 10, or 11.
I'm going to go with 10.
Okay. Last question for the tiebreaker. What is Nikki DeLoach's birth name, according to IMDb bio and a wiki page? Is it A, Amber Nicole DeLoach, B, Ashley Nicole DeLoach, C, Amanda Nicole DeLoach, or D, Allison Nicole DeLoach?
Oh my God, I have no idea. I'm going to go with Amanda, just randomly.
Okay, great. So in the tiebreaker questions for number 1 about the occupations, the
Mhm.
fake occupation was actually an anthropology professor. Emma Fielding
Oh,
in
that's
the
the one I
Fielding
was
series.
thinking of.
She's an archaeologist. She's
Got
archaeology.
it.
Okay. For number two, the Lacey and Brennan movies, you got that right. It was 10. It was
Great.
The Three of All of My Heart, as you said, five Crossword Mysteries, His and Hers, and then from 2015, A Christmas Melody.
Right.
That's the
That's the one I
10th
was
one.
forgetting about. Yeah.
Yep. For Nikki DeLoach's birth name, it was Ashley Nicole DeLoach, according to IMDb's bio and a wiki page. So you did well overall. Let's see, we'll count them up. You've got 1 point in the tiebreaker if it comes to that. So you got 1 point in part three, the Would I Lie to You? And you got three questions right in the Never Been Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the Beat the Clock with Andrew Walker. And then four, right, with Bethany Joy Lenz. That's 16 points for you.
Mhm.
I'm going to wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you.
What did you think?
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad. I was thinking before this, like I was not going to do well if you asked me to name titles of movies somebody was in. So I'm glad that we just stuck with co-stars because these Hallmark titles are they're also
Yeah.
similar. It's hard to remember. So
Last year, Amy was competing. Her voice was in my head because she was saying things like, oh, the one where he does this and she does that, but she couldn't think of the title. And it was really funny, but also really frustrating for her. So I
yeah,
stuck with co-stars. So
great.
great. All right. Good luck. We've got, you're actually the first one to do
Oh,
this.
I was going to ask
Um,
you. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So we've got two more today, and then more on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So hopefully next week I'll be able to drop it. Hey, Cece.
Hello.
You and I share a love of cocktails,
Yes.
cider, and scents. So, what are you wearing? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking 1911 Sugar Plum, my
Ooh.
favorite. We still have 3 cases left at work from the holidays, so I'll probably buy another.
And what are you wearing?
Um,
Scent wise.
yes, I also brought that out for you. It is Holiday White Milk Vanilla Delight by Dua. It's like one of those like inspired by fragrances, but it's inspired by Bianco Latte and Bath and Body Works, like the vanilla bean Noel. They like mix like a
Nice.
high-end fragrance basically with like a Bath and Body Works fragrance in it. Smells like a white latte with like vanilla and a fireplace. It's really nice.
That
Very
sounds fabulous.
holiday. I'm in the
I love
holiday
it.
mood.
I love it. Don't ever lose that mood. Well, I am
Mm-mm.
drinking one of my little favorites. It's Tip Top Perfect Cocktails. This one is Bee's Knees. It's gin, lemon, and honey. And you just
Mm,
pour it over ice. This is great stuff. I love it. And
cool.
I am wearing, here's my bottle to show you. I
It's
am
pretty.
wearing Nude by Rihanna for
Oh,
women.
cool.
And I'm not sure if you can still get this. You probably could, I'm
I'm
sure.
not sure, probably, but like sometimes it's hard to find, there's probably
Yeah.
someone on eBay with it, if nothing else. We can
Yeah.
send Ryan Popola out to look for us on eBay.
Exactly. But it's very sort of sensual and provocative, like musky notes, little vanilla undertones and
Mm,
stuff. So I love it. And I
we
don't use
love
it
a
too
musk.
often. We love a good musk,
We
right?
love a musk.
All right. So now that we've got something to drink and we're feeling good with our scents and stuff, let's get down to business.
Okay.
Congratulations on making it to the semifinals as the official harbinger of doom. Were you surprised? Because mostly your rankings, as you say yourself, are usually kind of at odds with what many people think. Not all, but
Yeah.
some. Were you surprised that you made it through?
Well, last year I got 0, I think. I made my list based on what I liked. So this year I just tried to figure out like kind of like I do before the drafts, like look at what people have said about movies. I'm like, okay, this person likes this movie. This person, I knew that my movie was going to be last place because half the people probably haven't even watched it. It's like
What
slightly
was it again?
religious.
What was
It
the
was
movie?
that Heavenly Christmas with Eric McCormick and the girl from Sex and the City and
Yes,
Shirley
I love
MacLaine.
that movie. That was on my personal list
I
for,
love that
yeah,
movie too,
I
but
love
like
that
a lot of
movie.
people I think is older and they're like, oh, it's got angels, it's gonna be stupid. It's not. But yeah, I kind of like knew mine was gonna come in last place as usual. So I tried to base the list this time more on like, okay, this is what other people like. This is what I've seen people say in the group. So
And it
I was
worked.
excited that I went from like worst to best this time. I was like, yay.
All right, well, let's see how you do with this one.
Mhm.
Let's dive right in. All right, you
Okay.
ready? First up is one of the timed rounds. This is Beat the Clock with BJL, Bethany Joy Lenz.
Okay.
She's starred in 9 Hallmark movies as of today that have aired. Name as many of the actors who have co-starred with her as her love interest in the A storyline, not the Baxters, no cameos. Name as many of those 9 actors as you can. You'll get 1 point for each correct name that you get in before the timer rings. You're going to have 1 minute. Your time starts when I say go.
Okay.
Go.
Christopher Palaha, Tyler Hines, um, Vic Webster. I'll never remember the French guy's name, so count that out. Andrew Walker. BJL, BJL. I'm trying to think of her other movies. BJL. I'm about to just start saying people's names. Uh, hmm. Not a Brendan Penny, I don't think. I'm just gonna say names. Brendan Penny, um, Christopher McNally, Christopher Russell, um, who else are the guys? Benjamin Ayers. I don't think she's been with him.
10
Jake
seconds.
Epstein.
10
Um,
seconds.
I don't know. I don't think I can think of any more. Oh, Luke McFarlane. Jesus Christ.
Just in. You
Oh my
just
God.
made it. I don't know if you hear the buzzer. I was going to tell you,
I
you're going to
can't believe that's like
kick
my favorite
yourself.
of her movies.
That was crazy. All right, so you go 5 out of the 9. French guy is Stanley Weber from
Okay.
Saving Paris. This is Beat the Clock Part 2. So again, it's 1 minute. It's Beat the Clock with Andrew Walker.
Okay.
So
Is it women or movies?
it's going to be women. He's
Okay.
done more than 30 movies for Hallmark already that have
Yeah.
premiered. There are 23 actresses that have co-starred with him in these movies as his love interest, a storyline, same thing, no backstorettes, no cameos. Say their first and last name, 1 point for every one that you get right. There's 23, but you have 1 minute. Your time is going to start when I say go. Go.
Nikki DeLoach, Megan Ori, Ashley Green, Ashley Williams, uh, Erin Krakow, maybe Erin Cahill, probably Jen Lilly, maybe Amber Reese. Autumn Reeser. Amber, who the hell is Amber Reese? Autumn Reeser. Hmm. I don't know if he's ever been with Maggie Lawson. Rachel Scarston, for sure. Um, who else? Maybe Cindy Busby. I don't know. Nikki DeLoach. It's in a billion with him. Why she Lacey Chabert. Um, what's that girl's name? Oh, oh,
10
ah,
seconds.
Sarah Lancaster, maybe. I don't know. Ariel Klebel.
Time.
All right. Oh shit.
You had a really good strategy, just throwing out
Name them
actresses'
all.
names. Let's see. You got 8, and it's Ariel Kebble, but you basically said it, so
Yeah, I
that's
like don't
fine.
know how to say it.
All right. Now we're going to part 2. It's 5 questions. I call this Never Been Christ. As you
Yes.
know, you guys got the sheet. So, based on this character description, who starred in this Hallmark movie role? Was it Chris Palaha, Chris Russell, Chris McNally, or none of them? Okay. It's not timed, but you'll answer quickly. You get 1 point for every correct answer. Here we go. Number 1. He's a fireman who meets a woman and falls in love.
I'll say, um, oh wait, he's a fireman. Sorry. Meets a woman. Oh, um, Christopher Russell?
Is that your answer?
Fireman. Sorry, I'm trying to think.
So
Oh,
Christopher Russell, Chris Palaha, Chris McNally, or none of them.
I'm gonna say none of them. I
None of
change it.
them.
I
Okay,
don't know.
that's all
I'm
right.
not good at the trivia.
Question number 2.
Okay.
He wants to be a tour guide at the resort that he owns.
Christopher McNally,
Number 3, he's a Michigan detective.
detective. Um, Palaha,
Number 4, he's a dad who needs help finding the perfect presents for his daughter.
Christopher Russell.
And number 5, he returns to his hometown, participates in the Victorian Festival, and falls in love.
I'll say Christopher McNally, but I don't know that one at all.
All right,
Oh,
you got
okay.
3. Last section before we get to the tiebreakers. So this is
Mhm.
called Would I Lie to You? So it's a series of 3 true or false questions, and you're just going to tell me whether the statement that I'm making is true or false.
Okay.
So here we go. True or false? Dylan Neal is older than Cameron Matheson.
Dylan Neal. Yes, true.
It is false.
Damn.
Yep,
They both
it
look
is.
old. Sorry, no offense to them. They both look terrible. One was on Dawson's Creek while the other was on All My Children, whose character was probably younger. I don't know.
They're pretty much the same age, right?
Yeah, pretty
Just
much.
about, just a couple
Pretty
months
close.
apart. Okay, true or false? Nikki DeLoach is older than Andrew Walker.
True.
It is false.
Dang.
Okay, last true or false question. All right, speaking of Nikki and Andrew, there are 6 Curious Caterer movies that have aired on Hallmark or Hallmark Plus so far. 6 of them.
Mm. 6? I kind of want to say true, even though I thought it was only 5 of them. I'll say true.
It's false. There are
Damn
5.
it! There's 5. I knew it.
Don't trust this face. Go with your
No,
instincts.
obviously.
Okay, so 0 for those. It's Dying for Chocolate, Grilling Season,
Right.
Fatal Vows, Foiled Plans, and Forbidden Fruit. All right, here's the last bit. Just 3 questions. These are tiebreakers. So
Hmm.
these will only count if I need to figure out who the final
Yeah.
3 are because of a tie score. So here we go. It's a multiple choice answer. Only one of them is correct. So you're just going to tell me the correct one. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. So first question. Which of these occupations is not the primary job of a Hallmark mystery sleuth? So, for example, Aurora Teagarden's real job, even though she rarely does it, she's a librarian. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So, A hairdresser. B, an advice columnist. C, a secret agent. Or D, an anthropology professor.
Say them again. I'm not
Hair,
good at the
that's okay.
mysteries.
I know. Hairdresser, advice columnist, a secret agent, or an anthropology professor.
I'm going to say secret agent.
The correct answer is D, an anthropology professor. The Emma Fielding series, she's an archaeology professor, so that's it.
Mhm.
The hairdresser is cut color, cut
Yeah.
color murder.
Hmm.
Advice columnist is Nellie Knows Mysteries with Pascal Hunter.
Hmm.
And a secret agent, it's a throwback. It's the Jane Doe mystery series that was on with Leah
Mm.
Thompson. So it's not really a mystery
Now,
movie.
recently I've become more, but not. I've
Not really.
Darrow and Darrow are the only ones I've really like gone back to watch.
Those are
Um,
good.
I've been watching the new ones like the Hannah Swenson and stuff, but not the old.
Not the old. All
Except
right.
the crosswords because I had to. The ones I've had to for a draft, Flower Shop and crosswords for Brennan's sake.
Well versed.
Yes.
Well, speaking of Brennan and
Yeah.
speaking of crosswords, question number 2, how many movies have Lacey Chabert and Brennan Elliott starred in together as of today? And if it was part of a series, each of those movies would count as one. Okay. So is the answer 8, 9, 10, or 11?
10 or 11. 10 is what I'm
10?
saying.
That's correct. There's 3 All of My Heart, 5
Yep.
crosswords, His and Hers that just aired, and then back in 2015, A Christmas Melody. So good.
Oh,
One
yeah.
bonus. One tiebreaker
Mariah.
point there. All right. Very last question of the tiebreakers. What is Nikki DeLoach's birth name according to an IMDb bio and a wiki page? Is it Amber Nicole Deloche, Ashley Nicole Deloche, Amanda Nicole Deloche, or Allison Nicole Deloche? Amber, Ashley, Amanda, or Allison?
Ashley.
Good guess. Yay. All right. So you get two tiebreaker points. So let's see how you did. 16 points, I believe, quick math, plus two tiebreakers if need be.
Yeah.
17. Cece, you did a great job. All
Thank-
right. Good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. So we've got some more people that have to be tortured with this
Yes.
semifinals questions.
Oh,
I'll
I
talk
love
to
you
you
too.
soon.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Tracy Perry. Oh,
Lynn Austin. Ah!
I love your background and I want you to tell people about it.
Okay, so at Bramble Fest last summer, at the end of it, our one of our guests, Marcus Rosner and Antonio, both guests, right? They just went after party, and we went okay. And so it's a picture of the group of us that went to. Oh, look at Emily right there, Mrs. Walker. She looks hilarious. It's a group picture. Marcus grabbed my phone and took a selfie of all of us at this bar in downtown Greenville on Main Street. And it's a picture of Antonio and Marcus and Emily and our Tyler and Jordan and Erin and what
Dozens
Mary,
of
and
people.
there's a whole bunch of us in there. So anyway, it's a fun picture. I totally forgot it was my background. That's why it startled me when we first came on. I was, I forgot to change that.
I love it. I love it. And I see your twin sister there too,
Yes.
Stacy, and you
Yes.
guys are going to do the sisters draft coming up in May, where we're going to have sisters draft the 10 best list of the Ashley and Kimberly Williams sisters movies for
So I
Hallmark.
gotta
That should be
watch
fun.
movies.
You gotta watch movies, yeah. All right. Well, today you gotta get through the semifinals. My fingers are crossed for you. So
Oh,
you are here because you won the best non-holiday movies of all
yeah.
2023. Yeah, that was a long
Oh,
list to
yeah.
get through. It was crazy. So you know the rules. Everybody got a copy of the overview. Show me your hands.
Yeah,
No
no, I got
monitors.
nothing. I got nothing. I may have looked up some stuff beforehand, but it's not
Absolutely.
sticking. So this is probably gonna be horrible, but oh,
Hey, anybody who has the TikTok that you have at Fab Math
it
Teacher,
doesn't matter. I don't remember it all. It's so bad. Can't remember it all. Ah.
it's gonna be great. All right, so here we go. We're gonna start with part one, Beat the Clock. This first one is Beat the Clock with BJL, Bethany Joy Lenz.
Okay.
So she's done 9 Hallmark movies so far, and I want you to name as many of her male co-star love interests, a storyline within 1 minute.
Oh
Do
Lord.
you
Okay.
have any questions?
Okay, so she has to be the A storyline and it's her leading man. Okay,
It's her,
gotcha.
yeah. She starred in the movie. It's her leading man, not the Baxter. Okay.
Okay.
First and
I
last
know I
names.
can do a couple.
All right. You have 1 minute. Your time will start when I say go. Go.
All right, there was Tyler Hines, Unexpected Christmas, Christopher Blaha, and okay, what are some of her other movies? Oh shoot, how am I drawing such a blank? Ah, let's wait. She was in Savoring Paris, but I don't know his name. Oh no. Well, that's not gonna count. Such a good movie too. Oh, she was in the movie about the writer. She was a writer and she's trying to interview a writer. Who was the writer? No, it wasn't Wes Brown. Oh man, so I can remember the movies. I can't remember the co-stars. Um,
10 seconds.
oh my gosh, so I only got two. Uh, I'm gonna kick myself when I look these up later. Like, how did I forget that one?
Time.
Oh my gosh, I only got two. That's horrible. Told you I'm not good. I'm not good.
You are so good. Yeah. So you got two on
I
there.
got two.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
missed some obvious ones. Darn it.
All right. We're gonna do beat the clock again.
Okay.
And this time it is Mr. Andrew Walker. He's had 23 different leading ladies. So same rules as before. You have 1 minute. Your time will start when I say go. Go.
Emily Petraglia. No, I'm just joking. Sorry, I had that in there. Love you, Emily. Oh, okay. Get serious. Nikki DeLoach, many, many times. Uh, what's her name? Rachel Skarsgård? Is that her name? In the whatever. Okay, I'm gonna say that because I don't think it's right. But Bethany Joy Lenz, Bottle with Love. Which I can't believe I forgot that one. AWOC. He did that as a picture for movie. How come Nikki? I keep on coming back to Nikki DeLoach movies and Nikki DeLoach movies. Gosh, I only have two that I know
10
for sure.
seconds.
Christmas movies, Tracy. Christmas movies. There was one with the cowboy, but I don't remember who starred in that one. Those not a cowboy ones. I told you
Oh,
I'm
time's up.
so bad at this. Like every time I thought of a movie, it was Nikki DeLoach. I was like, no, that's Nikki DeLoach. Nope, that's Nikki DeLoach. Nope. And I don't remember the name of the girl in Three Wise Men. I don't know her name. I don't know her name. So I was like, okay.
I'm giving you Rachel Scarston because you got her last name,
Oh, I just didn't
basically.
know her right. I was like, I can picture her.
And a couple of other people were like stumbling over it, but I knew who you meant and you basically said it.
All right.
All right. So
All
now we're
right.
going on to part two, Never Been Christ.
Okay.
So based on this character's description that I've written, very short,
Okay.
who starred in this Hallmark movie role? You have four options: Chris Palaha, Chris Russell, Chris McNally, or none of them.
Okay. McNally, Palaha, or Russell?
Or none of them. You
Or
have
none of them.
four options, okay?
All right.
Okay, question number one. He's a fireman who meets a woman and falls in love.
Fireman meets a woman. That's a lot of those movies. Russell, no. I don't think Chris Palaha has ever played a fireman, so I don't think it's him. I'm gonna go. I know Brendan Ralph played him. I'm gonna say nothing about Brendan Ralph because I think that's the only fireman I can think of. But anyway, saying none of them. I was like,
None of them? That was your
none of
answer?
them. I'm gonna go with none.
Okay, great. Number two. He wants to be a tour guide at the resort that he owns.
Chris Russell. I think that's the one with Cindy. One of them was Cindy Busby.
Okay. Question three. He's a Michigan detective.
Michigan detective. I'm gonna go Palaha still.
Question four. He's a dad who needs help finding the perfect presents for his daughter.
Oh, that one is Russell.
And question five. He returns to his hometown, participates in the Victorian Festival, and falls in love.
Palaha. I
Okay,
love
great. You got three correct there.
Okay.
Okay, part three, final part until we do like a couple of the tiebreakers.
Okay.
This is called Would I Lie to You? No, I wouldn't lie to you. So I'm going to make some bold statements, and you're going to tell me if what I'm saying is true or false. There's
All
only
right.
three questions, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. True or false? Dylan Neal is older than Cameron Matheson.
Ooh. I'm gonna say false. Cameron Matheson looked good for his age. I'm gonna say false.
Question two. Nikki DeLoach is older than Andrew Walker.
Hmm. I'm gonna say true.
And last question, true or false? Speaking of Nikki and Andrew, there are 6 Curious Caterer movies that have aired so far on Hallmark. 6 of them.
One with Antonio. We got the foiled one, but then there was the one in between that wasn't that good. I think it's 5. I'm gonna say false.
You get 2 points for that. Let's go to the tiebreaker questions. Your score here will only count if we need to get it down to 3 people to get into the championship round. So good luck. This is a hodgepodge of 3 questions. They all have a multiple choice answer. Only one answer is correct. Nothing shady happening here, okay?
Okay.
So you just tell me what the correct answer is. All right. Question number 1. One of these occupations is not the primary job of a Hallmark mystery sleuth. So, for example, Aurora Teagarden's real job is a librarian, even though she rarely does it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Gotcha. Right.
So you're going to tell me which one is not a real job of a Hallmark movie sleuth.
Okay.
Is it A, a hairdresser, B, an advice columnist, C, a secret agent, or D, an anthropology professor?
I know there's Julie Gonzalo played a hairdresser, so I know that one's right. An anthropologist,
Anthropology professor,
a professor,
secret agent, advice columnist, hairdresser.
anthropology advice columnist. I'm gonna go with the anthropology professor.
Question number 2.
Okay.
How many Hallmark movies
Oh dear.
have Lacey Chabert and Brennan Elliott starred in together that have premiered as of today on
Okay.
any Hallmark
Oh,
platform?
that's
Okay.
a lot. Just where they're the 2 leads.
They're the 2 leads. So here are your choices: 8, 9, 10, or 11.
Oh gosh, all right next to each other. You got to make it that way. That's the way I would do my multiple choice test as well. Okay. I think there were 4 crossword mysteries, and then they did the ones where they were the lawyers. I think that makes 8. I'm gonna throw an extra one in there, 9.
Last tiebreaker question. What is Nikki DeLoach's birth name? Is it
Okay.
Amber Nicole DeLoach, Ashley Nicole DeLoach, Amanda Nicole DeLoach, or Allison Nicole DeLoach?
No idea. I didn't know her name wasn't Nicole.
Neither
So
did I.
I'm gonna have to take a guess. What does she look like? I don't know. I don't see her as an Amber.
Amber, Ashley, Amanda, Allison.
I see her as an Allison. I'm going to choose Allison. I have no idea, but I choose
You're gonna
Allison.
choose Allison. Okay, so for tiebreaker questions,
Okay.
1 point. So let's see how you did.
Probably not so good. The timer, 60 seconds. I usually tell my students that's a long time, but man, not a long time.
You got
Oh.
10. So you got 10 points plus 1 tiebreaker if we need to do it.
Okay.
Tracy Perry, you are awesome. I can't wait to see you again soon in
I
May
know.
with your sister twins. Oh my
I know
God.
it's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be so much fun. So good luck. Fingers crossed for you. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks. Talk to you later.
Hey, Kristin.
Hello.
How you doing today?
Good, good.
Yeah,
Happy Sunday.
You ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm ready to fail, but it's okay. I don't know how I got this far, but
Well, you're here. First of all, you were eligible because you won the draft for the Signed, Sealed, Delivered, movies, right? The 2 hour
Yep.
movies, which was really cool. And then you made it through round one because you got a lot of matches for the top 15 list that everybody put together. So I have confidence in you. I do. I've been asking everybody this question. Did you do any prep work for this?
I did. I tried to look through the different Chris's. And the thing is I've seen so many Hallmark movies, but now I've gotten to the point I just listen to Deck the Hallmark. Unless it's the Christmas movies, I'm not watching them. So I was like going back and like looking up different actors and what movies they've been in and hope maybe this is who Lynn's gonna ask on. Cram in for a test that you know you're not gonna pass.
You don't even know the questions to,
I
so or
know.
the topics.
That's the worst part. Yeah.
I know. Well, I admire everyone who's like even attempted to study for this because I don't think there's any way you can, but I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So here we go. Part one. It's Beat the Clock with Bethany Joy Lenz. So she's been in 9 Hallmark movies so far that have aired. So she's had 9 different male co-stars. I want you to name as many of the male Hall stars that she has co-starred with. You've got 1 minute. Your
Okay.
time will start when I say go. Go.
Okay. Christopher Palaha, Victor Webster. No, those are the 2 that I knew for sure. So now I'm just gonna name All Stars. Oh my word. Maybe Paul Campbell one time. Benjamin Ayres maybe one time. Um, all their faces have left my brain. Oh my word. Nope. I can't even think of a movie that. Andrew Walker. She's in that Message in a Bottle one. Um, Tyler Hines. I don't think they are. Oh, duh. Unexpected Christmas. Tyler Hines for sure. Um, I can't think of anybody else. But let me think.
9 seconds.
I don't even think else. I give up.
Pause. Clear. Every male co-star's name just left your head,
Yeah,
right?
I know. And I'm like, and I did not look up any movies by BJL, but she's my favorite. So, I should know all these, but whatever.
It's hard, when you've got that timer on you, just
I
like
know.
goes right out of your head. But
Yeah.
you did really well. You got 4.
Okay, good.
Now we're going to do Beat the Clock again. Same thing, 1 minute. Only this time it's Andrew Walker. You'll be trying to name as many of his 23.
No.
No, no. His 23 lead actresses,
Oh,
a
actually,
storyline. Yep, he's done more than 30 movies, 23 different leading ladies. You're gonna have 1 minute. Your time will start when I say go. Go.
so Bethany Joy Lenz, Nikki DeLoach. Now naming off ladies. Kimberly Sustad. I don't think they are in a movie together. But Kimberly Sustad. Ashley Williams. Oh, my word. Megan. I can't think of what her name is, so I'm not. No, don't know who her name is. Um, Let me think here. Oh, Kelly Pickler? Was he in a movie with her? Um, yeah, that one movie. Kelly Pickler. Let's go with Kelly Pickler.
9 seconds.
He's been in so many movies, and I can't think of any. Lacey Chabert. Maybe they've been in a movie together. And done.
What I love about you is your utter conviction that Andrew Walker has co-starred with Kelly Pickler, which
I could have sworn. What's that movie that? Oh, it's Tyler
it's
Hines.
Tyler Hines. Yeah.
I am so stupid.
Mistletoe Secret. Mistletoe
Yes,
Secret. Chris Russell. I know. But now that you've put that out into the
I was so
universe,
convinced. I was so convinced.
maybe maybe you'll get your wish in 2025 or 2026, that
think-
pairing we didn't know we wanted, Andrew
I think I will be
Walker.
kicked out of the double deckers if we have to sit through another Kelly Pickler. Yeah, I will be kicked out.
I love it. Hey, you're pretty consistent here. You got 4.
Oh,
4
okay.
points. So there's
All
that.
right.
Well, you've gotten four in each, so good for you. All right.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go on to part 2, which I'm calling Never Been Christ. So based on this character description that I wrote, it's very brief, who starred in this Hallmark movie role? Chris Palaha, Chris Russell, Chris McNally, or none of them. And you're going to get 1 point for every correct answer. It's not timed. All right, here we go. Question number 1. He's a fireman who meets a woman and falls in love.
Russell.
Question 2. He wants to be a tour guide at the resort that he owns.
McNally.
Okay. Question 3. He's a Michigan detective.
Blaha.
Question 4. He's a dad who needs help finding the perfect presents for his daughter.
None of them.
And question 5, last question. He returns to his hometown, participates in the Victorian Festival, and falls in love.
Blaha.
So you got 2 correct out of that.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Right. We're on part 3. And this is called Would I Lie to You? No. Of course I wouldn't. So
No.
no, I'm going to make 3 bold statements. And all you have to do is tell me if what I'm saying is true or false. Okay? So true or false? Dylan Neal is older than Cameron Matheson.
True.
True or false? Nikki DeLoach is older than Andrew Walker.
True.
True or false? Speaking of Nikki and Andrew, there are 6 Curious Caterer mystery movies that have premiered on Hallmark Channel or Hallmark Plus as of today. 6 of them.
False. I think it's 5.
So you got 1 point there. It's all good. All right. Now we're on the tiebreaker questions.
Okay.
There's just 3 of them. It's a hodgepodge of questions. They each have 4 multiple choice answers. There's only 1 correct answer. No tricks. And you're just going to tell me what the correct answer is, okay? So first question, which of these occupations is not the primary job of a Hallmark mystery sleuth? So for example, Aurora Teagarden's real job is a librarian.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
So is it A, a hairdresser, B, advice columnist, C, a secret agent, or D, an anthropology professor? Which one of those is fake?
A.
A, hairdresser. Okay. Okay, question 2. How many movies have Lacey Chabert and Brennan Elliott starred in together that have premiered as of today? Cameos don't count. And if it was part of a series, every single movie in that series will count as 1. All right.
Okay.
So is it 8, 9, 10, or 11?
I think it's C, 10.
And last tiebreaker question is, according to IMDb bio and a wiki page, what is Nikki DeLoach? Like great resources, right?
That's where I studied, so you got it right.
Exactly. What is Nikki DeLoach's birth name? Is it A, Amber Nicole DeLoach, B, Ashley Nicole DeLoach, C, Amanda Nicole DeLoach, or D, Allison Nicole DeLoach? So
B.
Amber,
Oh, sorry.
Ashley, Amanda, or Allison?
I say B.
You
Pure
said
guess.
B. Okay, well, you got 2 questions right. So you've got 10 points, 12 points max if we need to do a tiebreaker. Woo, woo, yeah.
And lots of Kelly Pickler talk. So
And shout out to Kelly Pickler. Justice for Kelly Pickler. I don't know. I've got a Justice for Sam Page thing happening for 20.
Tim Page, yes, but not Kelly Pickler. Though coincidentally, the first Kelly, not the one with Tyler Hines, but the first one she made with, was it Wes Brown? I liked that when it first
That-
came out. It's
Was
the
that
one,
one of the
the
was that one of
Nashville.
the Nashville ones?
Yeah, the first one. I liked it. But that was before I was listening to Deck the Hallmark. I don't know. Maybe I was just not swayed to, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Brandan and Panda at the time, now Brian. Those guys are very persuasive when they
yeah,
make their bold statements and hot
yeah.
takes. It's easy
And
to
maybe
get.
I was just, it was the Wes Brown of it, maybe. I don't know. And I wasn't paying attention to her. I don't know. But don't call me a stan yet for Kelly Pickler.
You know I will. Good luck, and we'll know in a couple of days how you did. All right?
All right, thanks for doing this, Lynn.
Cool.
All right, see ya.
Bye. Hey, Erin.
Hey Lynn, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, congratulations on making it to the semis for the championship this year. You
Yeah.
tied with Leanne way back in July at that crazy Wes Brown draft. And what a
Yes.
list that was.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't know how I made it this far because really, I think I made it to this round by the skin of my teeth. So
No, you were fine. Well, let's jump into it. You ready? You ready?
I am a nervous wreck for this, in all honesty.
Perfect. That's just the way I like it.
Awesome.
Here we go. We're going to do round one, part one. It's
Okay.
Beat the Clock with Bethany Joy Lenz. Name as many of the actors who have co-starred with her as her lead romantic interest. Your time starts when I say go. Go.
Okay. Victor Webster and Christopher Palaha. Those are the two easy ones. She was in Savory in Paris. I don't know what the lead was. She was in the magical locket one. Oh goodness gracious, I don't know what his name was either. She was in a romance one with a princess. I don't know. Will Kemp doesn't seem right. Corey Sevier possibly. I really don't know. What other movies has she been in? 9 movies. This is hard.
10 seconds.
I mean James Lafferty, but that's One Tree Hill. But shout out to Naley, I suppose. That's
Time.
it. Yep.
Shout out to Nele. You actually got Chris Palaha, Victor Webster, and Will Kemp. So you got
Oh.
three. A name from Savoring Paris that no one so far has remembered his name.
Yeah.
We have to do better for you, Stanley. I'm
Oh.
so sorry. When you have like the pressure behind you, it's a whole different ballgame. Next round for Beat the Clock.
Okay.
It's Beat the Clock with Andrew Walker. He's got more than 30 movies in his Hallmark filmography with 23 different leading actresses, a storyline, no backstorettes, no cameos. Your time is going to start when I say go. Go.
Okay. Autumn Reeser, Bethany Joy Lenz, Nikki DeLoach, Brittany Bristow, Ashley Williams. He's been in so many. Ariel Kriebel. Is that her name from the Bride one? I should just start naming names. Brooke Dorsey, doesn't sound right.
9 seconds.
Lindsay Forsythe. Not right either. Shoot. I'll just say we all want to see
Time.
Emily Walker with him, so we'll just do that.
Time. Oh,
If I can't win, let's have some laughs, right?
let's have some good laughs. Exactly. I'm giving you credit for Ariel Kebble. People have been saying Kebble or Krebel. It's close
Okay.
enough. If you got most of the letters except one, so it's everyone's going to get the same fair treatment there.
Thank you.
So 6 points with that. All right, so we're done with the time rounds.
Okay.
And now we're going to go on to part two, which I have called Never Been Christ.
Okay.
And here is where, based on my very brief character description, you're going to tell me who starred in that Hallmark movie role. Was it Chris Palaha, Chris Russell, Chris McNally, or none of them?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Here we go. There's 5 questions. Question number 1. He's a fireman who meets a woman and falls in love.
Could you be any more vague? Uh, let's just go none of them.
None of them. Okay. Question 2. He wants to be a tour guide at the resort that he owns.
Chris Russell.
Question 3. He's a Michigan detective.
Oh, I know this one. McNally.
Question 4. He's a dad who needs help finding the perfect presents for his daughter.
McNally.
And question 5. He returns to his hometown, participates in the Victorian Festival, and falls in love.
Palaha.
Good job. You got 3 answers correctly. So 3 points there. Good. We're moving right along. We're almost done. This is part 3. It's called Would I Lie to You? Not with this face, right? No,
Never.
never. I'm going to make 3 bold statements. And after each one, you're going to tell me whether those statements are true or false. Very simple. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. True or false? Dylan Neal is older than Cameron Matheson.
False.
Question 2. True or false? Nikki DeLoach is older than Andrew Walker.
True.
And question 3. Speaking of Nikki and Andrew, there are 6 Curious Caterer mystery movies that have premiered on Hallmark, Hallmark Plus, as of today. 6 of
False.
them. All right. Okay. We're almost done. Just 3 really fast tiebreaker questions. Any points scored here are only going to be used if we need to break a tie in order to get to the final 3 that are going on to the championship round. It's a hodgepodge of questions. Each have 4 multiple choice answers. There's only one correct answer, and you're just going to tell me what it is. Okay?
Okay.
Super simple. All right. Question number 1. Which of these occupations is not the primary job of a Hallmark mystery sleuth? For example, Aurora Teagarden, her real job is a librarian. So it's like that. Okay.
Okay.
Is it A, a hairdresser, B, an advice columnist, C, a secret agent, or D, an anthropology professor?
I think it's hairdresser.
Question number 2. How many movies have Lacey Chabert and Brennan Elliott starred in together that have already premiered as of today? Is it A, 8, B, 9, C, 10, or D, 11?
Okay. Well, there's the 3 goat movies, as everyone calls them. It was him and her in hers and his and hers, whatever that movie just last year was. So that's 4. So now the question is, how many crossword mysteries are there? Right? I'm not confusing myself. So I'm at 4, and there's probably at least, I don't know, 5. Let's just go with 9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, 9. Last question. According to an IMDb bio and a wiki page, what is Nikki DeLoach's birth name? Is it Amber Nicole DeLoach? Ashley Nicole DeLoach? Amanda Nicole DeLoach? Or Allison Nicole DeLoach? Amber, Ashley, Amanda, Allison.
I have no idea. Let's just go with Allison.
Allison. All right. So here's how you did for the tiebreaker questions. You got none of them.
I didn't think so. Shocker, not.
So you got 14 points. Hey, I don't think that's bad at all.
It's better than I expected. I'll take it.
What kind of prep did you do for this, if anything?
So I did listen to last year's semifinal round, and I did make a list of Hall stars, both men and women, and just was trying to like think of Hall stars' names so I could be familiar. And I also then kind of thought, okay, who could she maybe think about for Hall stars to dig into for their filmography. And I was so certain that you would not go to anybody from last semifinal. So I didn't pay any attention to Andrew Walker. So lesson learned on that.
I think, what was it with Andrew? He hadn't mentioned his movie titles last year
Yep.
instead, which people were just like, I'm going to kill you when we're done recording.
Right.
How dare you
Yeah.
ask me for
Yep.
movie titles?
But I think it's what everyone was saying last year too, is like as soon as the timer is on and you actually have to think of it, we're all Hallmark experts to an extent, right? That's why we're such fans and we're so good at being on your podcast and enjoy it so much. But as soon as you have that pressure, it's just like your mind just melts and you can't think of anything.
Exactly. So, Erin, I just recently learned that you're a co-host on a podcast. Tell us about it.
I am. Thanks, Lynn. I will give you the bridged version here or the cliff notes. It's called Nurture Your Nest. My co-host, Jackie, she had 7 episodes out previously with a different co-host, and that just didn't quite work out. So she was kind of looking for someone new. She reached out to me, and next thing I know, here I am. So we're talking all things mental health, trauma, women's rights, human rights, just trying to really tell people it's okay not to be okay, to embrace yourself the way you are, and just kind of focus on the good. And we're hoping just to make people realize that the way you are now is okay. And therapy is good, trauma, we all have that to deal with. And that's really what we want people to do, is just give themselves grace and compassion and just embrace themselves the way they are without any extra pressure.
I think the timing couldn't be better. I think that, 2025 can present a lot of challenges for so many people across so many different areas of life in general. And I'm looking forward to listening to it.
Thank you.
So I know that you are on vacation. I'm not going to keep you any longer. So good luck with everything. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you, okay?
I appreciate that.
Hey, Happy.
Hey, Lynn.
How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
I'm good. So, first of all, congratulations for making it to the semifinals. Were you surprised?
I was very surprised.
You were actually eligible for the championship because you tied with Jenna on the Allison Sweeney draft just a couple of months ago. And you're going to be back again in June for the Rachel Boston draft, which I am super excited about. It's going to be great. Before we get to everything, when last we spoke, you were telling us about your writing and your book. How's that going?
It's going really well. I think I'm about halfway through the story now. Very excited to be moving into scenes that I had envisioned when I first started writing about a year and a half ago, honestly. Some of the scenes I thought I was going to use aren't working the way I wanted them to. Others have popped up out of nowhere. But it continues to just be a really inspiring project. Even if no one ever reads it, is so worth the time I'm putting into it.
This is the book that you're writing where you took your trip recently, right?
Yes. I went to Checha to research the life of Good King Wenceslas, who is basically Checha's version of King Arthur and just a really compelling character in history and hopefully in my book.
Keep us posted on the progress of your book because we're all excited for you. But today I'm excited to see what happens in the semifinals. All right, you ready? You ready to go? It's gonna be fun. All right. The first part is the beat the clock, the 1 minute timed section, and there's going to be two different questions. So the first one is beat the clock with Bethany Joy Lenz, BJL, and she's been in 9 Hallmark movies so far that have aired. She's had 9 different male co-stars who have been her love interest. All I need you to do is name as many of those actors as you can in 1 minute. You get 1 point for every name before the timer goes off. I will let you know when you have 9 or 10 seconds left. Do you have any questions?
No, but I already know that there's going to be a lot of silence.
It's okay. It's okay. Just have fun with it. All right, here we go. Beat the clock with BJL. You have 1 minute. Your time will start when I say go. Go.
Hey, Christopher Palaha, Tyler Hines, Victor Webster, and I can see him in my head, the guy in the cheese movie. I do not know his name. And that's it, because I can't remember the other 5 movies she was in. Feel free to call it.
Are you sure? You've
I
still got like
am. I'm
25
totally
seconds.
sure. I've forgotten who everyone is. I don't
Okay,
think
all
she
right.
did one with Andrew Walker. I don't think she did. Yeah, I
You
have
want to
no
say
idea.
his name?
I mean, I have. I've said
You
Andrew
have said you
Walker,
said
but I
his
think it's
name.
wrong.
All right. Well, you've got 4, 3, 2, 1, and time is up. We do not quit. We do not quit. It's only 1 minute. You can do this. And you know what? Andrew Walker is one of them.
Obviously,
You did really well. You got four right. So let's go on to the next one. This is Beat the Clock with Andrew Walker. So he's been in more than 30 Hallmark movies that have aired so far. He's had 23 leading ladies. So again, these are going to be his love interests. Your time will start when I say go. Go.
all right. Bethany Joy Lenz, we've just established. Um, Nikki DeLoach, and probably at least 5, if not 7 of his movies. Um, who else? Who else? Why am I blanking? I've seen all these movies. Um, yeah, this is going about as well as I thought it was going to. Um, yeah, nope, I got nothing. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
10 seconds.
I have absolutely no idea.
10 seconds. 0. You're done.
I just don't watch TV.
I don't know if you've ever heard of like Lacey Chabert or Ashley Williams, Autumn Reeser, Taylor Cole. There's like 23. Just you're
Yep,
just like, no,
yep.
I'm
I,
done.
nope.
All
I
right.
got stuck on Erin Krakow in my head, but couldn't remember her name. And then
That's
I'm
okay.
pretty sure they hadn't been together in a movie.
They had good job. You got two. Let's move on. No more naming people.
Let's do
This
that.
is good. This is a good one. This is part two. I call it Never Been Christ. So all I need you to do is tell me, based on the very brief character's description that I've written, who played in this role. Was it Chris McNally, Chris Russell, Chris Palaha, or none of them? So you have four possible answers. Okay?
Okay.
It's not timed. Do what you will, but honestly, you haven't used more than 10 seconds of any 1 minute round, so I'm not worried about you taking a long time. But you can do this, all right? Here we go. There's 5 questions. Question one. He's a fireman who meets a woman and falls in love.
Chris Russell.
Okay, question two. He wants to be a tour guide at the resort that he owns.
Chris McNally.
Question three. He's a Michigan detective.
Chris Russell.
Question four. He's a dad who needs help finding the perfect presents for his daughter.
Also Chris Russell.
And question five. He returns to his hometown participates in the Victorian Festival and falls in love?
None of them.
Okay, you got 2 right. You did.
I was so confident.
You were really good. Part 3. This is your category. I feel it. I feel that this is your category. This is called Would I Lie to You? No, I wouldn't lie to you. I'm going to make some bold statements, and you just need to tell me if what I'm saying is true or false.
Okay.
Okay, question 1, true or false? Dylan Neal is older than Cameron Matheson.
False.
Question 2, true or false? Nikki DeLoach is older than Andrew Walker.
True.
And question 3, true or false? Speaking of Nikki and Andrew, there are 6 Curious Caterer mystery movies that have premiered on Hallmark Channel or Hallmark Plus as of today. 6 of them.
I think that's false. I think there's only 5.
Great. You got 2 right. So 2 more points for you. All right. We're almost done. These are the tiebreaker questions. Your scores here will not count unless we need to break a tie to see who the final 3 are that'll compete in the championship round. These are questions that all have multiple choice answers, 4 of them. Only 1 answer is correct. And you just need to tell me what the correct answer is, okay?
All right.
Question 1. Which one of these occupations is not the primary job of a Hallmark mystery sleuth? So, for example, Aurora Teagarden is a librarian, even though she rarely steps foot in the library. Okay.
Gotcha.
So, is it A, a hairdresser, B, an advice columnist, C, a secret agent, or D, an anthropology professor? One of those is fake.
I think it's a secret agent.
Secret agent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Question 2. How many Hallmark movies have Lacey Chabert and Brennan Elliott starred in together that have premiered as of today? Is it 8, 9, 10, or 11?
I'm going to say 9.
Okay. Final tiebreaker question. What is Nikki DeLoach's birth name according to an IMDb bio and a wiki page? Is it A, Amber Nicole DeLoach, B, Ashley Nicole DeLoach, C, Amanda Nicole DeLoach, or D, Allison Nicole DeLoach? Amber, Ashley, Amanda, Allison.
I'm going to guess Amanda. She looks like she could be a Mandy.
You would be wrong. That is okay.
I'm sure I was wrong on all of these.
You were actually wrong on all the tiebreakers, but that's okay.
I told you this one exactly how I thought it would go.
You got 10 points and 0 points for tiebreakers if it comes to that. So your score will stand at 10. I am so glad that you joined today. We had so much fun. I have never laughed so hard with someone during this silly little quiz here to
I'm
get to the
glad that I
championship.
could bring some joy to your afternoon. This
It
was a
was
ton of
awesome.
fun, and I have now proven to the world that I am bad at trivia.
I will see you in June for Rachel Boston. Until maybe at that point, you will tell us all that your book is done, perhaps. I don't know. Fingers crossed. We're crossing fingers for that. And in the meantime, I hope that you have a great 2025. And thanks for doing this today. I know it was a crazy day for you. So,
Absolutely. Thanks
all
so
right.
much, Lynn. This was
All right.
fun.
Hey, Brandon.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Congratulations on getting to the semis. You're here because you actually won the time travel Draft. You and Dan
Yes.
tied back in April. All
Yeah.
right.
I remember it well.
Exactly.
April. It was yesterday.
Well, let's see what else you remember. Okay.
Probably not much. Let's see.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to do two timed 1 minute rounds. I've got the stop clock already set for here. The first one is going to be Beat the Clock with Bethany Joy Lenz, BJL.
Yes.
So she's been in 9 Hallmark movies. She's had 9 different leading men. So all I need you to do is mention as many of her leading men as you can. A
Oh gosh.
storyline, no Baxters, no cameos. There are 9 of them. First and last names within 1 minute. You get 1 point for every name that you get correct. Any questions?
No.
Okay, your time will start when I say go. Go.
All right. There's Tyler Hines. There's Chris Palaha. There's that guy from Paris. Gosh, I'm so bad with the names. That's all I got.
Seriously?
Seriously,
You got 40 seconds left.
I know I can't think of any other ones. Hold on, Vic Webster. I'm an embarrassment.
Doing fine. You have 15 seconds left.
Andrew Walker. Well, that's Lifetime, so
3, 2, 1.
okay.
All right.
Can you tell me the ones that I missed?
I am. So actually, you did well. You got 4 out of the
Oh, great.
9. Andrew Walker is 1.
Oh, the pancake movie.
Exactly.
Where they ate pancakes.
Where they eat pancakes. I'm going to do a separate audio clip of just everyone talking about whatever that guy is in Savoring Paris. It's Stanley Weber.
That's
Stanley
funny.
Weber.
You know what? All things considered, I feel good about that. I should have gotten Luke McFarland, but
You did really well.
I feel good about it.
You did really well. All right, let me reset the clock. Here we go again. Beat the clock. This time it's with Andrew Walker. He's had 23 leading ladies. So once again, name as many as you can. No Baxterettes, no cameos. You have 1 minute. Any questions?
No.
Okay, your time will start when I say go. Go.
Nikki DeLoach, Ashley Williams, Bethany Joy Lenz, Brittany Bristow. Let's throw Erin Cahill in there. What's that woman's name? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is her name?
You have 15 seconds.
Okay. No, this is the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. This is literally the worst case scenario for me, just
3, 2,
listing names.
1. Time. This cannot be the most stressful thing that you've ever done, Brandon. So
I'm pretty bad at names.
You got 4 again, so you're consistent. Listen,
I'm consistent.
There's 23 of them. I'm not going to torture you by reading them all, but
Fair.
everybody in the group will get a list once we're done. Okay, so the time rounds are done. This is part 2, Never Been Christ. So based on this very brief character description, who starred in this Hallmark movie role? Was it Chris Palaha, Chris Russell, Chris McNally, or none of them? So you have 4 choices. You have 4 choices, okay?
Okay.
All right. You get 1 point for every correct answer. Here we go.
Wait, who was it? Chris Palaha, Chris McNally, and Chris
Russell.
Russell. Got
or
it.
none of them. Or none of them.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. He's a fireman who meets a woman and falls in love.
Ooh. Chris Russell.
Question 2. He wants to be a tour guide at the resort that he owns.
Chris Russell. He wants to be a tour guide at a resort he owns. Sorry.
He's a Michigan detective.
Palaha and McNally have played detectives. I'm going to go with McNally.
Question 4. He's a dad who needs help finding the perfect present for his daughter.
Oh, go with Chris Russell.
Last question. He returns to his hometown participates in the Victorian Festival, and falls in love?
McNally.
All right. So you got two correct there. The fireman is no one. No one's ever
Ah,
played a fireman. McNally was correct. You did get the right one. It was Tip Line Mysteries.
great.
101 is in Washington State somewhere. Chris Russell is the dad that's looking for help for a Christmas gift for his daughter. That's a secret gift of Christmas. And number 5 was actually a Dickens of a Holiday, Chris Palaha. He goes back.
Ah,
That play is part of the Victorian Festival.
tricky,
Ta-da.
tricky.
I'm so sneaky. I'm so sneaky. All right. So you're up to 10 points already. Here we go. Part 3. This is called Would I Lie to You? I wouldn't.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's find
Probably
out.
not. Let's find out. So I'm going to make some bold statements here. And
Okay.
all you need to do is tell me whether these statements are true or false.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Dylan Neal is older than Cameron Matheson.
Ooh, I think that's true.
True or false? Nikki DeLoach is older than Andrew Walker.
That's false.
Question 3. Speaking of Nikki and Andrew, there are 6 Curious Cater mystery movies that have premiered on Hallmark Channel or Hallmark Plus. 6 of them. True or
Ooh,
false?
I'm gonna go false.
Yeah, that's a good guess. Okay, good for you.
Nailed
All
it.
right. You got 2 points there. We're almost done. We've just got 3 tiebreaker questions. Your scores here will count only if we need to break a tie to see who the final 3 are going to be to go on to the championship round. All right.
Okay.
It's a hodgepodge of multiple choice answers. So
Okay.
there's 4 choices for every question. Only one of them is the right answer. All right. Here we
Okay.
go. Okay. Question number 1. Which of these occupations is not the primary job of a Hallmark mystery sleuth? For example, Aurora Teagarden's real job, even though she never does it, she's a librarian. Is it A, a hairdresser, B, an advice columnist, C, a secret agent, or D, an anthropology professor? One of those is fake.
Man, I'm gonna go with secret agent.
Okay. Question number 2. How many Hallmark movies have Lacey Chabert and Brennan Elliott starred in together that have premiered as of today? Is it 8, 9, 10, or 11?
Going 9.
Okay. And last tiebreaker question. According to an IMDb bio and a wiki page, what is Nikki DeLoach's birth name? Is it Amber Nicole DeLoach, Ashley Nicole DeLoach, Amanda Nicole DeLoach, or Allison Nicole DeLoach? Amber, Ashley, Amanda, or Allison?
Going Ashley.
Ashley. Okay, great. You got one tiebreaker point there if needed. It is Ashley. Brennan and Lacey have made 10 movies together. Let's not forget A Christmas Melody with Mariah Carey.
Never. How could you?
How could you? Yeah,
That's where I started.
I'm sure you did. 3 All of My Hearts, 5 Crosswords, and His and Hers that just aired. And
Got it.
the fake job is an anthropology professor at Emma Fielding mystery series. She was archaeology. So you got 12 points.
All right.
Way to go. I'll talk to you later. Be well.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Jenna.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. Listen, I can't do a bump it, but I did a high up ponytail on the top of my head for you.
You did as well as you can. It's bump it centric.
First of all, congratulations on making it to the semis.
Thank you.
You did something that none of the other winners in 2024 have done. You won 2 drafts,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
right? So you won the Victor Webster draft in June, and then you tied with Happy for the Allison Sweeney draft. So very impressive. I think everyone should be scared of you.
Oh, no.
And you're going to be filling in to co-host for Erin Beth the 10 Best Mystery Series Premieres draft that's coming up in March. And then you're going to be flexing your drafting skills again for Rachel Boston, the 10 Best Rachel Boston movies
Yes,
in June. So lots going on. It's the Jenna show.
it is. I'm excited. Been working on the trivia, kind of fitting it in here and there. So it'll be fun. I'm
Very
looking
good.
forward to it.
Good. So before we get started, have you done any studying for this? I've been asking everyone that question, and I'm always amazed at the responses.
I felt like I was back in college, like cramming for something. So of course it was like, I mean, today and a little bit yesterday, but it was just, that's how I memorize. It's just that last minute cramming. So we'll see how it did and if it did any good at all.
Listener, she already warned me right before we started recording. She's like, listen, I'm going to have my eyes closed.
That's how I remembered things. And I get nervous if I'm trying to go through the list and I have you on here. So, but that's how I memorize things, was that my eyes were closed. So we'll see. Again, we'll see if I memorized the right things I should have memorized. So we'll see.
All right, well, let's do it. I've got the stopwatch fired up on the screen for 1 minute. So part one is all about beat the clock, and the first one is beat the clock with Bethany Joy Lenz, BJL. She's had 9 different leading men for her co-stars. In the A storyline, name as many of those 9 co-star leads as possible and get 1 point for each name you get correct. You have 1 minute. Your time will start when I say go. Go.
Tyler Hines, Andrew Walker, Victor Webster. That's about as far as I think I'm going to get. Michael Rady, Will Kemp. I'm just throwing names out. I honestly, that's as far as I can get, probably.
7
Brendan
seconds.
Penny, Wes Brown.
Time.
Time.
Great. You got 4 names correct out of
Oh,
the 9. And it's a good thing that one of them was one that you just threw out there, which was Will Kemp. Now we're going to do beat the clock with Andrew Walker. He's had 23 leading ladies as his love interest in the A storyline. You have 1 minute. Your time starts when I say go. Go.
Nikki DeLoach, Bethany Joy Lenz, Lacey Chabert, Peyton List, Taylor Cole, shoot, Ashley Williams, Nikki DeLoach. I don't know if I said her or not yet. I did.
10 seconds.
I'm blanking.
Time.
Okay.
That was good. That was good. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every name that you mentioned, you got a point for, so that they're all valid. Now we're going to go on to part 2. This is what I'm calling Never Been Christ. So, based on the very short character description, you're going to tell me who starred in that particular role. Chris Palaha, Chris Russell, Chris McNally, or no one. So
Okay.
you have 4 choices, okay? And there's 5 questions. All right, so here we go. Question number 1. He's a fireman who meets a woman and falls in love.
None.
Question 2. He wants to be a tour guide at the resort that he owns.
McNally.
Question 3. He's a Michigan detective.
Blaha.
Question 4. He's a dad who needs help finding the perfect presents for his daughter.
Russell.
Question 5. He returns to his hometown, participates in the Victorian Festival, and falls in love.
I don't remember anything with Victorian. I'll go with none.
You got 3 right out of the 5. The Michigan detective is actually Chris McNally. The 101
Oh, Tip
series,
Line
they were,
Murders.
yep. 101 series was based in Washington State
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
somewhere. And the last one was actually A Dickens of a Holiday, Chris Palaha.
Oh,
So,
I never watched them.
oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I love both him and Brooke, but yeah, I just never saw for some reason.
So funny. Oh my
Oopsie.
goodness. Oops. All right, here we go. Part three is called Would I Lie to You? Not with,
Never.
not with a little bump.
Not with your bump it this thing.
My bumpet-esque tail. Okay, so this is three questions. I'm just going to make bold statements, and you're going to tell me whether what I'm saying is true or false. All right. So, question number one, true or false? Dylan Neal is older than Cameron Matheson.
Like so similar in age. Because I've Googled both of them before. False.
Okay. Question two, true or false? Nikki DeLoach is older than Andrew Walker.
True.
And question three, true or false? Speaking of Nikki and Andrew, there are 6 Curious Caterer mystery movies that have premiered on Hallmark Channel or Hallmark Plus as of today. 6 of them.
Oh, false.
All right, so great. So you got 2 points there. Now we're going to go on to the tiebreaker questions. There's 3 of them. And your scores here are only going to be used if we need to break a tie to get to the final 3 that are going to compete in the championship round. Each one has 4 multiple choice answers, and you're just going to tell me which answer is correct. Only one answer is right. Okay?
Okay.
Question number 1. Which one of these occupations is not the primary job of a Hallmark mystery sleuth? Is it A, a hairdresser, B, an advice columnist, C, a secret agent, or D, an anthropology professor? Which one is fake?
Repeat B and C.
Sure. An advice columnist, a secret agent.
And this includes 24 movies too, right?
Mhm.
2024. Secret Agent.
Question number 2. How many Hallmark movies have Lacey Chabert and Brennan Elliott starred in together that have premiered as of today? 8, 9, 10, or 11?
10.
And the last tiebreaker question. What is Nikki DeLoach's birth name according to IMDb bio and a wiki page? Is it Amber Nicole DeLoach, Ashley Nicole DeLoach, Amanda Nicole DeLoach, or Allison Nicole DeLoach?
Ashley.
For your tiebreaker questions, you got 2 points there if we need to break a tie. So you have 15 points plus 2 tiebreaker points if need be. So Jenna, you did really well. How do you feel?
Like I didn't study at all.
I don't see how anyone could study for this because you don't know what I'm going to be asking you, right?
Yeah, but like there's some, I studied other actors and stuff like that and actresses. So, and I had movie titles in my head. So I was ready for that part.
Wow, I'm impressed because I
Yeah.
can't even remember half the titles after I watched the movie. So I think that was great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you. I'm going to
Okay.
keep my
Thank
fingers
you.
crossed for you, and you'll know in a day or two if you're going on to the championship round or not. And if not, I'm definitely going to be seeing you like very shortly. So I'm
Really
looking
soon.
forward to that really soon. And
Thank you.
even though you went to Purdue and I went to Indiana University, we still vibe together. So that's good.
Yes. Spoiler up.
Well, yeah, Hoosier up. Okay, we're
Mhm.
good. Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
So, Erin, Beth, who do you think the 3 finalists are?
Well, I can tell you, I get messages from people after they've spent time with you in these pressure cooker rounds. And every single one of them that has messaged me says that they have done a terrible job. I think they may be trying to eke out if I can tell them where they're at. So my guess is that none of them made it because they all are just feeling they did terrible. But it sounded like maybe Cece did well
Yep.
and Kate.
Yes.
Um,
Those are the
Erin
first, those are two.
specifically told me how terrible she did, but I don't know. It sounded like she was ranked up there pretty high, maybe, and but I can't pick between maybe her and Jenna on who may possibly be in that third slot. So please put me out of my misery. And everybody else, of course, it's not all about me.
It is all about you. Actually, you did pretty well. It's Cece got 16 points, Kate got 16 points. Third highest person going on to the championship round is Jenna. She got 15
Hey,
points.
Jenna.
Yeah, absolutely. And then in fourth place was Erin. Super, super close. She had 14 points. Bran had 12. Kristin had 11. And Tracy and Happy each had 10 points. So everybody did a really great job. They got tiebreaker points on top of them for the most part. Some people got zero tiebreaker points. We had a lot of laughs.
The championship round's coming up. I'm super excited for it because I absolutely love the championship round. And if you didn't listen to last year when Mary and Dan and Meredith played, go back to that episode and listen to it. And that'll give you an idea of how it's going to go this year. This is going to be great. Cece, Kate, and Jenna head to head. It's going to be a lot of fun, Lynn.
Yeah, it really is. They're all competitive. They're all very knowledgeable. I'm giving them 10 different categories, of course, of movies from the ones used last year. And at the end of the match, there'll be three very different personal top 10 lists of Hallmark movies. All the players who played last year, all the guest co-hosts that we had, they're all invited to sit in live during that recording and cast their vote for who they think had the best personal top 10 list of Hallmark movies. And that person will be crowned the champ for 2024. They're going to get a rockin' huge crystal trophy with their name engraved on it and logo and all that good stuff. And the second and third place winners get smaller crystal trophies with their names on it as well. So I can't wait. I don't know about you. I'm just super excited because 2024 was a great year. And I just want to thank everybody for joining us, right?
I
It was such a
know.
blast. So I
It
can't
was
believe
so much fun.
we're in 2025 already, and it's year three, technically year four, but I'm calling it season three. So good luck. Good luck, everybody. All
Good
right. Bye.
luck.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hallmark Movie Drafts is a monthly production. Stephanie Purcell creates the movie synopses using descriptions from IMDb or Hallmark.com as a base. Kate Baca vets the list of eligible movies and manages our Letterboxd account called Hallmark Drafts, where you'll find the list of eligible movies for each show, as well as the final top 10 lists and the panelists who drafted them. Erin Beth Cermak creates the Where to Watch lists and the trivia round questions, and along with Stephanie and Kate, provides additional creative, research, and hosting support. I'm Lynn Austin. I'm the showrunner, producer, and host. I staff the panels, create the show topics, manage the production schedule and the HMD socials, and edit and publish the podcast. Intro and outro music is provided courtesy of Amato Zapana. Thank you to the Deck the Hallmark Double-Deckers, who share their passionate opinions on these Hallmark movies that we love, or maybe not love, so much.